Hi, welcome to Two Non-Doctors. I'm Liz Mealy.
I'm Maria Shahada.
You look almost regal today.
Regal. It's a turtleneck. It's just,
I
it's
think it's because
cheating.
you have like puffy arms, your shirt looks white as fuck in that light, and then your hair is kind of parted to this. You just have this like, I don't know, you either need a crown or you need to litigate somebody. I don't know. How you doing, Cupcake?
I'm okay. I like your hair. You have little like pigtail thingies.
It's a cheat when my hair isn't doing what I want it to do. I also like showered after CrossFit last night and then went to bed with wet hair. So that's also like that's on me. And I know better, but there's cheats. We have cheats here. Little ways to be like, oh, this just put it together. It's not covering up anything I did wrong. I spent most of
Hang
quarantine
on.
trying.
Do your nails match your shirt? This is a really bad way to begin for people listening.
Yeah, I know,
But
just all appearance wise. My
your
nails
nails
do
match your
match
shirt.
my shirt. I did not intend to do that. I slept in this shirt. Yeah, my friend wanted to get her nails done, and I was like, I want to look like a lizard, so I went bright green.
I like them.
Thank you so much. They make me
Yeah.
feel. I pop out of bed, and I'm like, I'm pretty. I don't get my nails done very often, so it's very much a treat
Wait,
for
you
me.
went to have them done.
Yeah.
You
She.
hate that.
I know. Even she was like, "Are you okay with this?" I was like, "If this is what you want to do, let's do it." And then the woman is really nice. I think if I get it every time I get like somebody really nice, it helps. But
Johnny's having like issues like in his house share, just not issues, but like they want to get a cleaner and he hates the idea of having a cleaner.
my
And
mom's the same way.
that's what like because I don't understand it at all. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? It's like the best solution. Just because nobody has to clean, there's no rota, you don't have to talk to anybody about it. It's just like the cleaner comes every 2 weeks and just make it just live your life. But he was like, no, I hate it. It makes me feel I don't want people in my house. I don't want like it makes me feel like I've done something wrong, like I'm a piece of shit for not cleaning it myself. And I'm just like, no, I don't get that. But I was like, Liz is like that. Because when we went to Prague and you were like, we were there for a long time, like 2 days in a hotel with you was fine. We were there for a few days and it was just like you would not let maid service happen.
I'm very much like my mom in that I think I could loosen up a little bit, maybe. This is the thing, because it's like I would want to be in the house, but I would also not want to be in the house. Like that's like I have like it's awkward to be there as somebody cleans because you're like, I clearly could clean because here I am home. You know what I mean? Like that's where I'm like with Johnny, I'm like, what a piece of shit. Where I'm like, could do it, don't want to. That's all right. But then also my anxiety of somebody, I hate people touching my stuff. And then also what I've learned is I am very particular. So like in my mind, okay, so let's put it this way. I put on a coat, I'm getting ready to leave. My keys are always in my left pocket. My phone is always in my right. I have been juggling, like I've been taking out the like recycling, I'm doing whatever, and I'll throw my phone wherever. And I'm like, ew, my phone is in my left pocket. Like it like bothers me. It like doesn't feel, did anybody tell me my phone goes in my right pocket? No, it just feels right. So like my tea is always right there. My pens are like, so there's this belief system that things go in a certain place. And when they're not there, it's not correct. I don't know if you've ever noticed, like when we sit at a table, I move things because like, even if it's not physically blocking your face, it's near your face. And I don't like that. And I will
I always
move.
move stuff to the side if there's objects between us. I'm like, I want a
Yeah.
clear Zen
Yeah.
pathway between me and you. But
But
like I
I'll be
know
like, the napkins belong there. Everybody knows that. But that's just so you learn that it's a rule in your head. So here's a perfect example. I was staying in a hotel. I have all my face stuff. I put it on the counter. I forget to put the little thing on my door. And somebody the next day while I was out went into the bathroom. I'm not even shitting you. This is what they did. They pushed all my skincare like that. Like they just pushed it aside in a like, what the fuck is this doing on my counter kind of way? And then took their little like shampoo and their little conditioner and they presented it very pretty in the corner while telling all my stuff that I neatly put on the counter to fuck off in a pile on the side. I was a level of crazy that I can't even express. I was like, if I see her, I will kill her. Like, what, in what way is that? Oh, I live here now. Don't touch my shit, let alone move it in a way like it's inconveniencing you.
That's
Insane.
so funny that you take it as like, I don't want your shit here because my shit belongs here. Like I would never take, um,
But
like
that's what
somebody
she
cleaning
did.
the
My
room.
shit was there.
I
It
know.
was even organized.
Stop
I'm mad.
interrupting me.
I'll kill her. I'll kill everybody.
I'm saying I wouldn't take that particular instance as her being like, your shit is bullshit and it needs to be off to the side. But like when I was home, I got bagels, right? You can't get good bagels in London. I got bagels when I was home, and I got like a blueberry bagel and everything bagel, separate bags. Obviously, for some reason, my dad decided let's consolidate the bagels because they're just bagels in his mind. So he put everything in the blueberry. I fucking lost my mind. And like, why? It's just, I mean, like, other than it ruined the blueberry bagel because
Yeah, of
it's now
course.
blueberry garlic bagel, but
No,
like,
it's legit everything.
but I was just like, why do you even have to touch it? Like, what business is of yours if there's 2 bags of bagels? Like, I had to write in my diary about it. Like,
I need to talk to somebody that will get it. Piece of paper, please. Yeah, but that's what I've learned is I have these rules and not all of them are legitimate. And I could I do more work around it? Sure. Or I could just not have anybody interrupt it. But it is so funny that like I walk into a hotel room, I take the little, do not disturb. It goes on the door immediately. Like I barely have my stuff in the room. It goes on immediately. And then it's like a lock and a lock. It's check closets for like scary people. It's, you know what I mean? Like there's like these things that you just kind of do. Or like I taught Adrian just because I think we did an episode on like life hacks. My favorite is when you go to bed and you take the hanger that has a little pinchy things to hang up pants.
Yeah.
And you close the curtains. And if the light is coming in because they're shitty, you pinch it and it actually makes them like blackout curtains. Yeah. Like I have like I will immediately look for the little hanger and I'll put it on the second bed because you're always giving a second bed for like, I don't know, an impromptu sleepover. Like just okay. Yeah. And that second bed also is organized with my crap because that's now my office bed. So it's just like, there's just nothing makes me crazy. Like, and I'll be honest. I was staying with my sister a couple of weeks ago in a hotel and I forgot to put the little door thing and I knew they were there because they made the bed and it's insane because I'm just like so angry because they made the bed and I'm like, why, Liz? Why are you angry? But I think it's more the idea that I knew somebody was in the room and it made me crazy.
Yeah. It's so fun. I'm like, I would love a fresh made bed, but if like
Mold.
Johnny will unplug my iPhone charger out of his thing, like to save on electricity or whatever. But it makes me feel like I'm not welcome, Yeah.
Where it's just like, no.
You don't want me here?
Yeah. Is this a like when you go take your stuff kind of moment?
Yeah.
It's weird. There's little, you learn that there's little things that they don't fully make sense, but they're so important to you.
Yeah.
And I clearly like a clean place. And I've noticed that I am very like, I like the dishes being done. I hate putting away dishes. I hate putting away laundry, but I like the fact that they're clean. So I have learned to, listen to something or watch a video. Like I trick myself. I treat myself. Like if you put away the dishes out of the dishwasher, you can watch a YouTube video like that. I've learned that I'm like very much, this is, so you make it not a task that you have to do. You make it like an enjoyable thing. Like, oh, you get to watch this video if you do the thing you're supposed to do. So there's things that I'll naturally do because I like a clean place, but I genuinely cannot stand putting stuff away. But I hate stuff just being out. So like anything that needs to be hung, I'll make a pile on the back of the couch. And then if it sits there more than 2 days, I hate hanging up stuff. I hate it. And what I'm learning from like ADD, like TikToks and stuff, the reason, and you might be like this too, the reason I have organized chaos, the reason like everything is out in front of me instead of put away is because it's that object permanence. Like if it's not there, it's gone. It's like almost how like babe.
I put my tortilla chips into like in a place that would just be put away. And I forgot I had them. So I didn't eat them and they got stale.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eat them on the counter.
But I mean, I keep trying to be like, what if I put a label on it or whatever? And the labels help a little bit, but like there's something I need to find for my headphones. And it's been 3 days and I'm just like, if I just left it out like I used to, I would know where it is because I would just be like, oh, there it is. But I'm like, maybe it's in this drawer. No, it's stupid. Maybe it's in this box. Did I throw it out? There's no way I threw it out. There's no way. Like, I'm trying to be better. Like my desk, I think that's why I like secretary desks because I have 2 secretary desks. It's just like, nobody can see that this is chaos. Yeah. But like when nobody's around, I just like, I can see all my stuff. I see all my wires. Yeah. I know where they are.
Wait, hang on. All my stuff.
What? You know nothing of what I'm talking about. As you pan to chaos. Although nothing makes me laugh harder. Sometimes I'm just like, why do we not have a sitcom? Nothing makes me laugh harder than I came the first time to the UK and you're like, hey, sorry, my room is a mess. And I was like, it's whatever. And then I left for 2 weeks and I came back and you're like, hey, it's a bit of a mess. And it was twice as bad. I was like, how? Like, I don't even know. Like,
was this the last time you were in the UK?
It was so funny.
I was trying to clean and when you're trying to organize too. So I got everything out from under my bed and then I didn't do anything.
Gave up in the middle. But I mean, I don't know if you remember, I collapsed. I laughed so hard because it was twice as bad as I had left you for 2 weeks. I was like, and you were with me for 4 of those days of that 2. How did it get twice as bad? But it's exactly what you said. You're like, well, I was going to clean because I now knew you were here. But then I found something under my bed. And then next thing you know, you're just like, well, I should just paint my house. And you're like,
I'm like, well, I'm not doing this. And it's even when I do clean though, it's just this way in like 3 hours. Like it does not last. So what's the point?
Yeah. Announcements. Patrons, people that support us. You guys are awesome. We feel so grateful for you. I just sent out a signed book because somebody just joined our Patreon and a bunch of codes to our albums and whatnot, because that's one of the benefits. But if you don't know, you get early access, you can get weekly bonuses, you can get monthly bonuses, you can get stickers, signed book, downloads to our albums, be a Google guest, control our Googles. So many options. You can go to patreon.com/2nondoctors. It's 2 non-full word doctors and support us. It helps us. It's nice.
Yeah. And you can follow us on the socials at 2 non-doctors. It's number 2 full word doctors on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook, and 2 non-DRS on Instagram. Oh, if you're having time and you're feeling kind, please leave us a rate and review on Apple Podcasts, because it helps us out a lot. We love it. We share it on our socials. Do you want to start reading it on the podcast? I was listening to a podcast and they're like, if you leave a 5-star review, we'll read it on the podcast.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll do that. Leave us a 5-star review. We'll read it on the podcast. And then my album's out. I've said it a lot. I'm going to just keep saying it, but you can get it on Bandcamp. It's mariashahada.bandcamp.com. Somebody asked me to spell it. So Maria, Maria, Shahada, SHEHATA.bandcamp.com. And or you can stream it on all the other stuff except for Spotify.
Yeah. I'm touring. I'm editing my special, which is nice. Oh, I didn't text you. I have a rough copy of my album cover and I'm so excited about it.
Oh my God, I can't wait to see it.
I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
So editing my special, we'll see. I hope in the next couple of weeks to have like a date. But until then, I just added Buffalo. I just got a last minute booking in Buffalo. So I'll be in Buffalo. This comes out. It'll be this weekend when this comes out. So Buffalo, and then doing a bunch of dates in Michigan, Holland, Grand Rapids, and Muskegon. I don't know how to say it. And then I'll be in Vegas. And that is May. And then there's a bunch of stuff going forward. It's all on my website, lizmealy.com. And yeah, Thanks for being so supportive, guys.
I'm doing a solo show. I forgot about that. I should probably promote it because like they were like tickets sold so far 0, and I was like, yeah, I haven't promoted it. It's like 2 months away.
Thanks for that haunting
4th.
update.
Yeah. June 4th at 6 p.m. at 2 North Down, which is that's okay. So that's a Saturday at 6 p.m. at 2 North Down. And I'm doing a solo show for the it's like a Middle Eastern comedy festival that I forgot. Weapons of Mass Hilarity Comedy Festival.
I don't like that name.
Nobody, I mean, like the Arab festival.
I see what they
names
were
are always
trying
like
to do. I see it.
Those are like Axis of Evil.
Axis of Evil at least
Actually, that was just straight taken from
what they were called.
There's no pun.
I think that's why I was okay with it, because it was like Axis of Evil, and it was just so hilarious that like all these very kind, hilarious guys are just telling jokes about how they can't get on planes.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. And then like what was the name of yours? The thing?
Weapons of Mass Hilarity. I'd like to not continue like shitting on it if that's okay. I'm still
no, but go June 4th.
We understand.
Fan mail.
Yeah. Okay.
Fan mail. Okay.
So this was a YouTube comment, and I'm gonna see if I can do this fast so I don't have to edit all the pauses. Nope, couldn't. All right. Had laser eye surgery in the U.S. Army to correct nearsightedness. So super freaked out about having someone mess with my eyes while awake. Yeah, I get that. What finally sold me was meeting 5 people who had done it at same place, and it was free. No pain, just creepy. Had done in 2008 and still great. I'm getting close to reading glasses age, but not yet. 3 different types though. Flap 1, they were where they cut a flap and do laser and push flap back closed. Army won't do because the flap can come undone and needs to be reattached to the hospital, which may be difficult if in a place like Afghanistan. Yeah.
Well,
fair enough.
This done in Afghanistan?
Yeah, that's nuts.
I'm just what?
Buff the outer layer off with electric toothbrush-like device.
I loved his breakdown. Everything about the breakdown was my
favorite.
And you're like, oh, no tartar either. This is
good. Only good for people with weaker prescription corrections, as the outer layer may grow back a little cloudy. Could not see the big E on the chart. Wow, but it's always an E. That's true. They don't change it up. Yeah, they just figure you got the E. We'll give you that one.
Yeah. You get the first one for free.
Finally, the one I had, which is soak eye and alcohol to soften outer layer.
What?
Scrape to the side, laser, push back in place, and wear a contact lens for 4 days straight while it heals. Whole procedure has done both eyes in 15 minutes. No joke. Love the podcast. Thank you both so much.
First of all, solid email. Learn stuff.
It's funny.
It's hilarious. I didn't know there were 3 types.
No, I didn't either.
I had no idea.
I didn't know you could just get it done in a tent in Afghanistan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, like, that's a way to get people. You know how they're always trying to like, hey, we'll pay for college. Who wants to go to school? Fucking talk about how you can see better afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, that's the real selling point. We'll buff your eye into shape. Your muscles in your eyes will be buffed. Wow. It is interesting though, as somebody, I'm not as bad as my sister and my mom, but I'm pretty blind without my contacts. I'm nearsighted, so I can't see far away. So I can hold my phone. Like sometimes I'll take my glass, like I'll put my glasses on, go to bed. That's as long as I wear my glasses, by the way, is like 5 minutes before I go to bed. Yeah. So then I take them off and then I'll be like, you know what? I'm not ready. So then I don't want to put them back on. So then I just hold my phone this close to my face. And I was like, this is so enjoyable. I love videos, but I'm scared. One, there's like, I would love to not, like, I just bought a bunch of contact lens solution because it was on sale. So like I have to wait at least 3 months before I would ever get this procedure done. Not that it's on my list. I'm just so scared. It makes me feel better that it's quick. Cause I think we all think the longer the surgery is, the more that can go wrong and that it's more complicated. And I know people have been doing it for like over 15 years now, but I'm so
Yeah,
scared.
of course you are. It's your eyes.
My eyeballs.
It's your eyeballs. Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm not sure that I mean, it's like lasers. I always get lasers. Lasers have like zapped me for everything.
Yeah. It's
But
your
I don't
eye-
think I could. I don't know. My eyes, like I think he's right. And like talking to a bunch of people, especially who had had it
at
done
the
in the
same
same
place.
place as him.
The same, yeah.
I could see how that would be like, all right. But I would have to talk. Like I'm trying to do a joke now about like being afraid of flying, and how you were like, well, you only hear about the bad ones. You don't hear about the thousands of flights every day that land. And I was like, but I want to. Like, I want to see a montage of flights just landing. Like, you know. So you just need
Like,
to like talk to people over and over again.
honestly, dude, that would actually be a hilarious app where it's just like plane landed, a plane landed. Like you're
Another
like, oh,
successful landing. Yeah.
yeah. And you're just like, oh, they're all landing. This is great. That's
I
really
could just go to the airport and just sit at the arrivals gate and be like, how'd it go? Was it good? How'd it go? How'd it go? You good? Are you good? Okay.
did you feel nervous at any point? Oh, you slept the whole time. That's a test.
Wow.
That's a test. Wow, you're brave.
Drugs? No? Wow.
No. Oh wow, just your own, you're just so relaxed.
It's crazy.
I was listening to something where somebody was just like, yeah, I don't really have anxiety. Like I'm just, that stuff doesn't bother me. And I was like, tell me more about that. Like you said that so passing. Like you just go throughout your day not worrying. Walk me through that. I want to hear what that feels like.
Yeah. Yeah, just so I can visualize it. So maybe I can be there in the future. I realize like a lot of my not wanting to do things is just it's just anxiety. It's caused by like, I don't know, social anxiety or just general anxiety. But like if I got rid of the anxiety, I wouldn't mind the stuff I had to do.
Of
And I've
course.
only felt like that once in my life. And it was when I was in high school and I took Ritalin and I was just excited for everything I had to do.
Drugs, they solve so much.
Drugs are amazing. And so maybe I should just get back on Ritalin because I was on Adderall. It didn't do the same thing. No, I
Mm,
know. Yeah, I see your face. I'm not going to do that. I need to get rid of the anxiety.
um, it's funny sometimes when I think like I'm over something or something doesn't bother me, and then it moves over a little bit. So I remember not wanting to go to CrossFit for multiple reasons, but the biggest thing is I've never liked classes because classes are overwhelming to me and I have to like learn on the spot, which I'm not good at, and then I have to talk to people, and like it's just everything about it is just, it's like the social anxiety, it's the learning anxiety, it's the movement anxiety, but now that I've gone to this gym for, I mean, without the pandemic, probably around 3 years. I know the coaches. I know I have friends there. I know most of the movements. If I don't, I'm not scared to ask. So then my friend in Buffalo was like, hey, I'm coming to Buffalo. And she's like, oh, my brother goes to this CrossFit gym if you want to go. And I immediately was like, I would never. And it was such a nice offer, but I was like, oh, I don't know anybody there. I would be scared to ask how to do a movement. I wouldn't know what the procedure is. Like I know what, like, where everything like I just, that beginning of asking, and don't get me wrong, I've done it a million times. I know how to do it. I feel like I restart my life every time I'm in a new city, but I have my own procedures and clubs work in a certain way. And there's people I can ask. When you have to start new, all the anxiety comes back.
I'm the same way. Like that's why I love ClassPass because it basically is all over wherever you are. You can use your credits to go to gyms in that city. So when I'm in the States, I can use it when I'm here. The only problem is like I like to know what I'm doing. So it's like when I go to yoga, I know the people, I know the place, I know how to get there. I know like and if I go to like somewhere like in Brooklyn, it's harder for me to go because I don't know anything. I don't know what the culture is. What if I do or say something and I'm in the way and I'm annoying? Or going to a yoga class, like which way do I face? Do I face the mirror? Because sometimes like yoga classes, everyone's facing away from the mirror and it's weird. And it's just like, you just don't know. So you kind of have to I have to overcome those barriers every time I go to a new gym.
Yeah.
And it's harder for me to go to a place I've never been to before. And then you do it and it's fine. But yeah, I basically get what you're saying.
We got way off lasers. Thank you so much.
Thanks for writing.
Okay, Google's.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's an eye related Google. So I think this all works out. Can I do my Google?
Yeah.
Okay. Is my eye mask giving me a rash? I every I would say once a month now, maybe once every 2 weeks, I get this crazy rash like under my eyes. And I thought it was my retinol. Then I thought it was this exfoliant thing. I could not figure it out. And every time it happens, you got to wait a couple of days. It's really itchy. And then, I can cover it up with makeup, but I don't wear makeup every day. But really, it's just, I can't even tell you, it's like splotchy redness. It's been happening for months. And I really was like, oh, maybe it's the retinol. Now I'm not putting the retinol there, but I was like, what the whole point is to fucking retinol supposed to like help with like wrinkles. Like I was just going crazy. And then I just had this epiphany. I was like, it's my eye mask. I don't know why it just started in the last, let's say 4 months, as opposed to I've been wearing an eye mask to bed it's been a game changer for like 2 years. It really helps me sleep better. And I even was like doing all this research about why eye masks actually are genuinely helpful to keep you staying asleep. So I was like, I don't want to get rid of it. So basically what it said is the constant friction, which it does move. And, I run it like, I don't know what I'm doing with my face when I'm sleeping. I also like sleep on my face. Like, so it definitely moves.
Face plant in bed.
I do. I look like say it again.
Just that I'm out, you're just like, you're just like a boxer that got knocked out or something. You're just
a little bit. Well, there are these little videos of like cats where they're sleeping with their face and I'm like, I sleep like that. So the constant friction, like it kind of like moving around, and then warm areas, it can cause a heat rash. I easily get heat rash. And I've noticed I've been waking up, especially in the last month, just like really hot. Like, I don't know why I keep my temperature in my apartment down, but I have a comforter that's, I don't know. But anyway, so I'm like, oh, maybe it's like heat, like maybe. And then it was also like, girl, you're gross. So it was basically saying like oil, that's what it said. It was like, girl, maybe you're also gross. So like oil and like dirt buildup. And then also, I have all these products on there. So the biggest thing is they're like, if you are getting a rash, you might be somebody that has to wash it every single night or get a bunch of them. And then,
well, that's what I would think. Like all the products under that mask, especially retinol, which is pushing out all of your like dirt and oils and stuff and shedding dead skin, but then it's being trapped under the mask.
Yeah, and I give myself like a lot of time. Like I wash my face, then I do my retinol. I wait 20 minutes. Then I do all my like lotions or whatever, and I try at the very least to wait 20 minutes. But sometimes it's like 2 hours, and then I go to bed. So it's not like I'm like slimy or anything.
I'm not saying that the retinol is being compacted into your skin. I'm saying the retinol is pushing stuff out of your skin, and that's what's being trapped under the mask.
Yeah. So I had 2 masks, but I just ended up buying like 3 more. So I think this is my experiment. They're like $3. My experiment is I'm going to wear a different one every night, wash them different every night, wash them, and see if that solves the problem.
Well, good luck to you. I hope it does.
Thank you so much. I was pretty excited about this Google because it was like really life-changing for me. Because I was like, oh, I'm just gross and you can't wear, because I wash it once a week. I'm not, but I think I'm very oily. So I
those float tanks that you and I still have 2 I have to go through. God, I wish I could give those away. I hate them, but what you should get one that isn't water. It's just what your bed is, and just like shut it. And so you just sleep in a tank.
I do. I need a little tank. It's funny because I even have like blackout, what do you call it? Blackout shades or whatever. And it does help, but I am so sensitive to light. Like I have like smoke detector, but it's carbon monoxide. So I have a carbon monoxide detector and it goes into an outlet and it just has this little tiny red light. And it's like in my mind, it's like a flashlight in my eyeballs. So it's just like there's little, and I could put, could put little stickers on top of it or whatever, but I also want to know that it's working. It's just, I'm a mess. I want my eye mask. This is my solution. I'll update you guys.
Cool.
All right.
Google. Yeah. So I Googled like, does intense exercise make you tired? And there's many ways to interpret this question. And like, I'm glad the first thing that came up was the way I meant it, because it would have been a bitch to try to figure out how to Google this. But like, basically, like I've been like, so the boxing is intense and it's an hour of nonstop, just stamina. It's just like, I don't stop. Like as soon as I get there, I'm running, then I'm boxing on different things, and I'm boxing, and I'm boxing, then I'm running with boxes. and I'm like for an hour. And then that day later that day, I took my first musical theater dance class. So I had
It's the opposite person. You're like, I took a class, then I showered, then I took another class, then I took a class, then I saw some people, and then I took a class.
yeah. So I exercised again that same day, and then the next morning I couldn't get up. Like I was so usually I get up 7, 8 o'clock, like 10 o'clock came around and I had to force myself out of bed, but I was deeply tired, like the kind of tired you feel when you're sick. Like I was just like, I can't do it. And then this New York Times article says exercise, Dr. Chediak said, prompts muscles to release two cytokines, interleukin 6 and tumor necrosis factor alpha, that make people drowsy and prolong the time they remain sleeping. In fact, these cytokines are also released when people have a cold or infection, which is why people sleep so much when they are ill. This is probably why I felt ill.
Also, when you exercise, the way you gain muscles is it's healing. Like that's why rest is so important. Like I was talking to a girlfriend of mine and she's like, yeah, I'm trying to work out like 6-7 days a week. And I was like, that's not good for you. And she goes, what do you mean? I go, your body actually has to rest to make gains. So if you don't actually rest, don't get me wrong, you build up to it in athletes, but even my mom who works out a lot, she'll do lighter days. So there's like she calls it active rest. But like so I think in some ways you worked out so much, you worked out twice in a day, your body's like, hey, we need more time to fix this because we're not even in the healing shape you want us to be in.
I know. And like, I mean, like I've been exercising for a long time and I know like you need to rest and stuff, but this time felt like I felt ill, like I was like, I just can't get out of bed. And the release of hormones makes sense. It wasn't just that my body was repairing and rebuilding. It was like, my body was like, get the fuck to sleep. We have work to do. We have to repair this. You did too much yesterday.
Like it's an angry note. Whoa, we have so much work to do. Jesus, stay there.
Is she getting up and going to get her? No. Fucking give her some drugs and pass her out. We have too much to do. I can't have her up. I can't have her up and about. There's no time.
Yeah. Whenever I when I would start my training for marathons, I would be like that for at least a week.
Oh yeah.
But eventually because like was the athletes can't get out of bed. I do think you eventually.
Oh, you build up to it, but I'm a weakling. Like I don't work out that much.
I think it's because you're doing different exercises.
Well, yeah, I mean, I work out, but like hot yoga and hot Pilates is difficult, but not like at the intensity that this was. And then doing two things in one day. That's all it was.
So yeah, we learned something there.
Stop exercising so I could live my life again.
Let's get personal.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you rate 10 out of 10?
Oh, that took me a while to even understand what that question was.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. What is perfect?
Needs no updates.
You go first.
Bubble tea. It's just great. It just doesn't matter what mood I'm in. It fixes a problem. No improvements. The only thing that I would say is like when they make it with powder, you know me, I'm like, why are you making this with powder? So it's like real tea, real milk, all the bubbles. But, and I know that's very much my opinion, but bubble tea, 10 out of 10.
It's probably just because you said bubble tea, so I thought of food and sugar specifically, but the combination of like cake with icing, even if it's like Betty Crocker icing and ice cream.
Perfect. Every time.
I don't know, something about the cold and the texture of the ice cream mixed with the texture of the cake with that icing. Fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and also Irish, I don't drink like anymore, but Irish coffees, when done right, because you have this hot coffee and then you have this layer of thick, cold, heavy cream that's been blended and it's thickened. It's almost to the consistency of ice cream and it's freezing. And then just like the hot coming through that is just unbelievable. It's 10 out of 10 for me.
Thai iced tea, which is almost bubble tea adjacent because I get a Thai iced tea bubble tea.
What if we got off tea for a second?
No, tea's great. I don't know why people aren't into tea. Seat warmers in cars, 10 out of 10.
Oh,
it's one of the best inventions of all time. Somebody told me they actually have wheel warmers, like your steering wheel warmer. And at first I remember hearing that and being like, well, that's fucking waste. And then I was so cold in a car once, and I was like driving like this, and I was like, this feels dangerous.
Yeah.
But a butt warmer has never not made me be excited. And I've been in one car since the invention of butt warmers that didn't have it. And I was like, not one car, because I've been in taxis or whatever, but like a friend's car. And I've been like, what do I need to lend you to get you to the right place that you have a butt warmer? It is essential. It's essential now. But yeah.
I think I also essential as far as warmers go is like, I think my bed is 10 out of 10. Like,
Oh, it is.
not the bed frame, because that came with the place, but like the bed is like, because I have like the mattress and then a thick mattress pad and then a heating thing like blanket and then you get in and then I have a weighted blanket and it's just like the whole thing together and like a feather, like a down comforter. Let's talk off. It's so nice. I love my bed.
that heated, I'd never see, because I have a heated blanket, but that heated comforter thing where you get in the bed and you just turn, that's half the reason you can't get out of bed is that fucking heated thing. That thing is magic.
Yeah.
That was, we just like our butts heated. I think that's really cool. We learned. I like a nice warm butt. Also about backup cameras, the backup camera, what a perfect.
Oh, okay.
Like every time, like I almost, cause I was my dad taught me to use my mirrors. Like you don't even turn around. So I learned using my mirrors, but what does the backup camera do? It makes you know how close you are to the person's butt, especially in New York when you get like tight in there. But I was in a friend's car recently and he had like an aerial camera. He had this fancy ass car and he had a bird's eye view when he was parallel parking. I was like, what? I was like, oh my God. Like I think it's because parallel parking is such a big part. And I'm pretty good at it even without the amenities because I've been in rental cars that have nothing. And I still, a good backup camera, man.
Can I say like American customer service is 10 out of 10, like just compared to the UK. I've had some, okay, so my friend Lisa's in town and Alexis is in town. And so I've had like a kind of, you know, when somebody comes to town and you can start seeing things from the outside again, like you start seeing things through their eyes. And like their sort of like expectations for things not being met by like the server or whoever's waiting on us. It's funny to me because I'm used to it. So I'm like, oh, that's not coming. You're not getting that. Like, but and then you forget how bad it is. I got my hair cut yesterday and on like while I'm getting my hair cut, there was a sign like download our app and get loyalty points. So I did that. And then I forgot to like scan the thing to get the points. So I came back and the woman who at the counter who was already rude to me was like, yeah, your ticket's already closed. I can't do that. And I was like, okay, but I mean, can you just open another one or whatever? I don't know how this
loyalty
works.
Points.
Yeah.
Why would I be loyal to you now? You are the worst.
Yeah. She just wouldn't. And she was like, I can't do it. At Costa today, which is the worst coffee chain. I want to go on record and say Costa Coffee is the worst coffee chain in the world. Do not go there. But the coffee tastes like shit. It tastes like the cup it comes in. They don't know what a flat white is. It's basically just a latte. And they don't even have oat milk. Like what? So like I went to Costa because there were no other coffee shops in the area that I was in today. And then, you know, I asked for an oat flat white and she's like, we don't have oat milk. This happens a lot with customer service here. If they can't do what you've asked for, there's no alternatives that they give. Like if you go to an American coffee shop, they go, oh, we don't have oat milk, but we have soy, almond, rice, coconut. You know what I mean? Like they'll tell you what we do have because we want to like make sure you're happy. And this happens so much in the UK where it's just like we don't have that. And I'm not gonna fucking bother telling you what we do have. And then so I have to go, okay.
You're good guess. Like soy? They're like, no.
And I'm like, I don't want to play this game.
You're like, dude, I don't work here. Why don't you tell me and we can speed this up?
Yeah. So American customer service, 10 out of 10.
I love a good Maria rant. This is nice.
10 out of 10, nice.
10 out of 10, a good Maria rant. Yeah, it is interesting because we do have good customer service, but when I feel like that rewards points thing, when that stuff happens, like I ordered something and I couldn't use the code, but I knew I was right and the computer was wrong. But I was like, I need to order this now. So I ordered it. Then I went to the little chat box the next day and I go, hey, I ordered this thing. It tried to say it wasn't a first time customer, but I am. Can I retroactively get my 10%? And they were like, absolutely. And it was like, I didn't even have to fight. And I was like, you have me forever. You have my loyalty forever. You didn't make me explain anything. You didn't make, it was a 5-minute fix for something that was a little bit inconvenient because your computer's dumb, but a human goes, oh, you're completely right. And let's fix that. Yeah, man.
Well, that being said, I'll order like clothes from the site. When I return clothes, I have to make sure that all of it's accounted for because sometimes it's just not. And then I call and they don't ask any questions. They go, oh, okay, yeah, and then we'll put that through. But I'm like,
why am I doing your job?
I shouldn't have, if I weren't diligent about it, like you would just get away with that. And it feels like I don't know if that's just part of their business plan is to fuck people over, but like
Yeah.
it seems like they get a lot of phone calls, so they're not like, oh,
They're not shocked.
yeah,
It's
they're
almost
just
like how
okay.
Amazon, if you return, like sometimes you return for Amazon, they're like, you don't even have to return it. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
That's sketchy. Like, you're just like, you don't even want this thing back. And they're like, no.
What
And
was the circumstance that you didn't have to return it? I always have to return shit. I didn't have to return a rug. I will say that. I was like, I don't know how to return this. And they're like, just fucking have it. I love Amazon. They're like a rich friend. They're like, just have it. I don't care.
Yeah, very much so. And you're just like, how about I return it and you play your employees? Like how would they get pee breaks? Like, I will gladly return this for you to treat people like humans. Cat food, which I was gonna actually donate. And then I looked at because literally, I'm not even joking. I bought $50 worth of cat food and then Tots died 2 days later. And I was like, oh. So then I went to return it. They said, we'll give you your money back, but you don't have to return it. So then I was going to take it to a shelter, but then I looked at the expiration date and it's like for a year. And I was like, I'm definitely going to have a cat in a year. So I kept it. But on principle, I'm not keeping dead cat food. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, it really was like, it came, like he died. And then I was like, same thing with a cat bed. I kept the cat bed. I got that off Etsy. But I had to hide it. So I like in my storage, I just have a bunch of cat stuff that I'm hiding from myself until I get my new best friend. We need to move on. Okay. Our topic, we got too ranty. Our topic this week, it was actually inspired by one of my Googles, and it is the 11 most nutritionally dense foods. Because we're out here optimizing health. That's what we're doing here.
I love how I hate lists. And you're like, how about our entire topic is a list? I'm like, okay.
But you didn't fight me. And that's on you.
No, there was no time.
Yeah, you didn't fight me at all. Number 11, nutritionally dense food, dark chocolate. Come on, guys. I mean, I'm sure we're all just misinterpreting chocolate. It's just chocolate. And I'm just a health nut. Okay, so dark chocolate with high cocoa content, which I don't know how you measure high cocoa content other than just when it says like 70%, or is that the cocoa content when they say
70%? Yeah, it's how much cacao is in it.
Okay.
You call it cacao.
Cacao. Anyway, yeah, I think I try to do 70 or above when I'm eating healthier, but I didn't really think it was a health food. Anyway, it is loaded with fiber, iron, magnesium, copper, and manganese. I don't even know what that is. But its biggest benefit is the amazing range of antioxidants. The health benefits include improved blood flow, lower blood pressure, reduced ioxide. I don't know how to say that. Oxidized. Oxidized, thank you. Oxidized LDL cholesterol and improved brain function. I mean, it just makes me feel like a health nut. This is crazy. But they basically said that if you eat it 5 times per week, there's a 57% lower risk of heart disease. I just don't know how that's measured. But anyway, basically you want it to be, okay, so it does say you want it to be at least 70% cacao content, and then 85% or higher. I will say this, when I was sugar-free, and I'm going to go back.
Hang on. You said you want it to at least be 70%, and then you said 85%.
No. So to make sure it's at least 70%, but the best ones are 80%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So 70% is like, let's say it's a B plus. If you want an A, it would be 85% or higher.
I got you. Okay. Got you.
But what I find hilarious, when I was sugar-free, or at least processed sugar free. So I found ones that were made with coconut sugar, or they were made with honey or whatever. But I can do 70% any day, whether I'm eating sugar or not, and I enjoy it. But once you get higher, my sweet tooth starts to be like, I just need sugar. I'm like, eh. So anyway, I go to Trader Joe's. I found something that was 80%, and then I found something that was 100%. And I took pictures and sent it to Emmy, and she goes, dude, you're not going to like that. I go, yeah, but I should try. Maybe if I crumble it and I put it on something. She's like, dude, you're not going to like that. It tastes like dirt. Oh my God. Chocolate without sugar is dirt. I don't even know who like, did it fall into a vat of sugar? Like, how did people find it? Because it is disgusting without sugar.
Yeah.
Okay. So chocolate, eat it.
Yeah, I'm not going to sing. Okay. Number 10, egg yolks. They've been unfairly demonized because of their cholesterol content. Yeah, if you're from like the 80s. Okay, so it's pretty nutritional. Whole eggs are so nutritious that they're sometimes referred to as nature's multivitamin. Oh, I didn't know that. It says egg yolks are loaded with vitamins, minerals, and various powerful nutrients, including choline. Like what? Like what? What's choline?
I know. I had the same
They say
question.
it like I'm supposed to be like, oh my God, it's got choline in it.
It's got choline?
Fuck off.
Why didn't you lead with choline?
Yeah. Dolly Parton's like, choline, choline. What is it?
Continue.
Choline is it's a recently discovered nutrient. Oh my God, we're discovering nutrients.
Recently discovered nutrients.
Although the body makes some, you need to get choline from your diet to avoid deficiency. And where do I get choline, please? So it's close to the vitamin B complex. It impacts liver function, healthy brain development, muscle movement, and your nervous system. Well, where do I get it?
Egg yolks.
No, let me skip all that. How much do you need? We don't know. Okay. And then what? Deficiency is unhealthy but rare. Then why am I worried about it? All right, let's go back to this article. Pissed off. They're high in lutein. These are eggs now. They're high in lutein and zeaxanthin, antioxidants that can protect your eyes and reduce your risk of eye diseases like cataracts and macular degeneration. Eggs can also contain high quality protein and healthy fats, and they can help with weight loss. They're also cheap, flavorful, and easy to prepare. If you can buy eggs that come from pasteurized hens and omega-3 enriched eggs, these types are nutritious, blah, 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 blah.
No, I start my day out with eggs. It's a great protein. It keeps you like satiated. And it's like, they really do think it's like the superfood. I don't know why it's number 10. I don't think this order is actually a real order, but that is probably one of the consistently good things I've done for myself for the last like 10 years. And there was like a slight moment where I thought I was allergic to eggs. I think my body was just like freaking out. And I was like, no, I don't know how to function without them. But eggs, guys.
Cool. Let's move on. We got to move through these quicker.
Okay. Blueberries. So basically low in calorie, which is great, packed with antioxidants, including, I don't know how to say these, anthocyanins and various other plant compounds. Honestly, it kind of mimics dark chocolate, but it's shown to improve memory in older adults and lowers your blood pressure, reduce markers for oxidized LDL, the bad cholesterol after, and it helps if you add it to your diet. Yeah, and it helps fight cancer. Blueberries I've always known is like, you can just have them and go nuts.
Yeah, they blueberry my mind.
Nope.
My mind. I'll edit that. I love blueberries. I had them in my smoothie this morning. Sardines, yuck. Small oily fish that can be eaten whole, brains and all, guys. Given that the organs are usually the most nutritious part of an animal, it's not surprising the whole sardines are very nourishing. They contain a little bit of almost every nutrient your body needs. Like other fatty fish, they're also very high in heart healthy omega-3 fatty acids. Dang, I feel like this article hates sardines. That's all they had to say about it. They're like, yeah, sardines are good for you. Next.
Yeah. Well, I just think in general, sardines, and we'll learn that when I talk about the next thing, which is liver, we very rarely eat the whole of something. So when you eat the whole of something, you get all the nutritional value as opposed to the fact that we eat a lot of like muscle meat. So liver is the next one. We basically prioritize muscle meat and over organ meat, but organ meat is really good for you. Liver being the most nutritious. Okay, so it contains a crap ton. This is how science we are. Crap ton of B12 vitamins, B5, vitamin B6. Why do they always do? Okay, anyway, niacin, folate, vitamin B2, vitamin A, copper, iron, phosphorus, zinc, selenium, and it's a high quality animal protein. So all I know is Chris went on an all meat diet. He tried eating liver, and I couldn't even look at it, and it didn't seem pleasurable in what he was doing. And I think I'm not gonna do liver.
Yeah, I think we'll skip that one. There's plenty of ways to get your B6.
Yeah.
Potatoes. They're high in potassium, magnesium, iron, copper, and manganese. They also contain vitamin C and B vitamins. They contain a little bit of almost every nutrient you need. There are accounts of people living in nothing but potatoes for a long time.
And they look like potatoes, so don't.
What a weirdly vague thing to throw in. Are these people healthy? Are they happy? Were they poor? Potatoes are also one of the most filling foods. When researchers compared the safety values of different foods, boiled potatoes scored higher than any other food measured. And then potatoes are like one of those things that Whole Foods and Paleo was like, you can't eat those. And then everybody's like, well, then fuck your diet, because I'm not giving up potatoes. And they're like, you can eat them.
Well, I think it's, I think they're starchy, but also like we fry, like most of the ways we enjoy them are frying them. I feel like a baked potato is how you really get around it. Yeah, also, I've had like a baked potato right before running a marathon. They say it's like the best, like carb loading.
You can mash them.
I do. Wow. Glad we added that. Number 5 is shellfish. I'm always like, what is shellfish? But it's clams, oysters, scallops, mussels. And the only one I like on that list is scallops. I think scallops are the best thing on earth, and everything else is.
They are very good. 10 out of 10.
Yes. Yeah, I would say scallops 10 out of 10. Okay. Clams are among are the best sources of vitamin B12 in existence.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
You know how often I have clams?
Yeah. Clams are expensive, right?
I have no idea. I just don't know. I don't know. Cause like, I don't know how you eat clams other than like chowder. Like, right? Because like
took me to that Peruvian place, or went to that Peruvian place, and they put stuff in it. Like it was like each clam had a bunch of like.
Those are oysters.
Oh, never mind.
That's the thing. Oysters are delicious too. I don't know how people eat clams.
Yeah. I don't get clams. Okay. But oysters are also very nutritious. Yeah. But and it even says in the article, people rarely consume them, but they're expensive and they're weird and they're slimy.
People like them. And some people are deathly allergic.
Yeah.
Garlic, it's really an amazing ingredient. Whoever wrote this article is fucking boring.
Oh, I took out all the little whatevers in it.
I sure do love garlic. It can turn all sorts of bland dishes delicious. It sounds like I'm making that sentence up. That's just written. It has beneficial sulfur compounds such as allicin. Raw garlic has significant antibacterial and antifungal properties, which is why you hear about women shoving them up their hoo-hoo.
Well, also just in general, like I've always eaten a lot of garlic because it's, antifungal and antibacterial. So in general, it's good for, although I've read stuff about it hurting your stomach. Also too much. I've had it because like when I was really sick, they would basically say like chop it up and just eat it, or like swallow it. Like it's like hurts your stomach.
Raw garlic is so good, but it's just like, oh my God, the taste on your breath forever.
Yeah, forever. Number 3 is seaweed. It's one of the most, it's more nutritious than land vegetables. It's loaded with various bioactive compounds, including phyosinogens and carotenoids. I don't know how to say any of these, but it has a lot of anti-inflammatory capabilities, capacities. But basically, it has a high content of iodine, a mineral in your body that is needed to make your thyroid. Your body uses to make thyroid hormones. And in general, I mean, I like seaweed and I think it's good for you, but I've also read a bunch of articles about how if your culture and your genetics didn't grow up with something, it doesn't actually have that much nutrition. So it might be really nutritious for like Japanese people or anybody that in their diet that was something high in it. But like somebody that's Mediterranean, like probably like me, where like that's not really what we grew up with. It still has nutrition, but it might not actually be as nutritious for my body because I didn't grow up with it.
Is this just your excuse to eat pasta?
I
What can I
wish.
say? It's
I still
nutritious.
eat
I need
it.
that gnocchi, which is
Love it.
potato. Number 2 is kale. Of all the leafy greens, kale is the king. It's loaded with vitamins, minerals, fiber, and oxygens. Sorry, I just pictured the writer out there listening, just crying, like, I thought I did a good job. It's especially high in vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin K1. It also contains large amounts of vitamin B6, potassium, calcium, magnesium, manganese, and copper. Now, I'd love to learn the difference on my own about manganese and magnesium and why is it so similarly named. A 1 cup serving has only 9 calories. Kale may be even healthier than spinach. Both are, well, hang on. You put it at number 2 on your list, so it better be healthier than spinach.
Yeah. Also, why isn't spinach on the list if that's what we're doing here?
That's what I'm saying. Both are very nutritious, but kale is lower in oxalates, substances that can bind minerals like calcium in your intestine, preventing them from being absorbed.
And then number 1, are you ready?
There's a lot of I words in mine. I wasn't done.
Oh, sorry.
Bioactive compounds including isothiocyanatus and indole 3-carbinol, which have been shown to fight cancer in test tube and animal studies. Now I'm done.
You did great. Number 1, salmon. That's the one I covered in my Google a couple weeks ago. Basically, it basically says salmon and other like fatty types of fish that contain omega-3 fatty acids, which going back to eggs is why eggs are important. But basically, it's just like a crap ton of nutrients. So 100 grams serving of a wild Atlantic salmon contains 2.2 grams of omega-3s, along with high quality animal protein and a bunch of vitamins and minerals, including large amounts of magnesium, potassium, selenium, and B vitamins. The biggest thing with salmon, they always kind of say, is that wild is better than farmed. So that's something about farmed. They get sad. They can't make all these fatty acids. Wild is always better than farmed. That's our list.
So go out and make a kale salad with salmon and blueberries and eggs and add some sardines and liver, live forever, and continue listening to us.
Yeah. We would like to hear, like, I would love to know, like, what's not on this list that you feel is like a superfood. I feel like there's always somebody that's like, you got to add whatever. And like, they're always like, it changed my life. But yeah, tell us about your superfoods and how it's changed.
Also tell us what you would rate a 10 out of 10. I want to hear what people's 10 out of 10s are.
Oh, that'd be interesting. I like that. You can write to us at 2nondoctors@gmail.com. That's 2 non full word doctors@gmail.com.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Bye.